academic excellence, yeah. High school, tales of high school. This is more than the flags and above any fire. High school, tales of high school. We coming your way, no limits, no bounds. High school, tales of high school. Life no be kitty if you rush, you don't crush.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to the first edition of Season 2's live studio discussion of Tales of High School here in our studios here at GTV. We have lovely guests here. I told you Season 2 is going to be crazy. It's going to be mind-blowing. You have the Agbedefu soup. Yeah, the famous soup. We have it here in the studio anyway. Our guests are going to be enjoying them. We have very, very amazing guests here joining us today, and I would like to introduce them. We have Miss Alberta Doe. So welcome to the studios here. We're very happy to have you. She's a banker. We also have Mr. Stanley Wallace-Jan. He's also an insurance practitioner. You're welcome here.
Thank you.
And our lovely guests, you have our beautiful guests joining us today. I want to say you're welcome too. Season 2 has been very, very amazing. The soup and oh my God, I can't wait to get on this show. But before we move on, we'll be taking a short recap about what we watched last week, and we'll be right back.
I did that. Yeah, bushmeat, the view of the bushmeat, the view of the soup. Next time. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, go and show me those seniors. Let's go. Move.
Says I should come and tell you to run. Mr. Agbedefu, so here with the two boys searching for those who sent them.
I don't know if the soup is an award-winning soup.
Put it on my bed. Daddy, under my bed.
Flex and above any fire.
Poison. I get it. Rat poison. Did you ever cook? Go and drink this one too. You will shit for 6 days.
Oh, yeah. You did like that? No. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Who did it? Shut up. You don't think you didn't kill. Hey, alright.
Hey.
You know what I tell you. Hey, Kiki. A whole compound prefect. I'm disappointed in you. Now follow me to my bungalow.
And we are back. I especially like that episode of the soup and all the trouble we had to go through to get it back. Oh my God, it was just crazy. Anyway, our viewers at home, you are free to join in the conversation. You can send your suggestions, your opinion on our WhatsApp number on 0244 856769. I'll go again, 0244 856769. Our topic for today is curbing indiscipline in our schools, the role of parents and school authorities. And I can't wait to jump in to start talking about this. So I'll start with our guest, Mrs. Alberta. Have you experienced indiscipline in your school? How was school life for you?
Okay, talk of experiencing indiscipline. Well, way back some years when I was in secondary school, I think, funny enough, indiscipline seems to be part of life, though it is not supposed to be. I've experienced a couple of it. Secondary school days, way back somewhere 98 to 2000, we had colleagues that were quite stubborn. I mean, you have students trying to sneak out from school without exit and stuff like that. I was into sports and I wasn't so exposed, and I like to always do things right, so I didn't actually get myself into any trouble. I remember the very first day on school or on campus, I had a little confrontation with one of our house mistresses because of the nature of my hair. She thought I had used a cream in it, and I was punished for it for no reason. And from then on, I was really shaken, and I decided to make sure that I always do the right thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite an experience. We also I'm also someone like that. I don't like trouble. I hate being punished in public. I hate disgrace. So I always want to do the right thing, stay okay, and just go to school, study, and come back home and be fine. But I think Mr. Wallace has something to say.
Yeah, of course. Way back in school, I think there were certain times that, of course, personally I was involved. You know, way back in school, there was this food joint just across the road. And occasionally, especially Saturdays, you know, you see the boys running across the street just to go and have a feel of what we usually call home trip. So there was this day that, of course, I was tempted, and then I went across the street and then to have lunch. So apparently the senior house master had seen me. It was a Sunday. So Monday morning, I went to the library, and then I started studying, and then the senior master walked in, peeped round, and then pointed me. And way back in school, I was the quiet type. So if a senior master walked in and pointed at you, you must be in trouble. So I followed the senior master to his office, and then he said, "Yesterday, where were you?" And I told him point blank, I went across the street to have lunch, to have a feel of home too. And knowing the kind of person I was in school, I wasn't the bad type. He said, "Okay, go back." So when I go back to the library, the whole library was like, "What happened? What did you do? And I narrated the whole scenario that I went across the street the previous day to have lunch. And then, what did senior master? So everybody was expecting senior master to do or give me a severe punishment. And then to the amazement, I told them, "Look, the senior master didn't say anything." So what I learned from that was that it's always good to be well behaved in school.
Okay.
So occasionally when you floor, you are sometimes exempted. Yeah, basically.
Wow, that's amazing. But if you look at what happened in Tales, you can see it's a whole new level. We have a whole new version of indiscipline over there. Like students going to take soup of their teachers. Like you have the heart to go and take somebody's soup. Hey, and it was crazy, so crazy that they finished stealing the soup and put a note there saying thank you. Ha! I was like, wow. But what will make someone go like to that extent? Like, what do you think will make someone go to that extent? Stealing a teacher's soup. What do you have to say?
Seriously, when I watched it, I was so amazed, especially to see thank you in the silver. I was so shocked. I'm like, wow, these students have guts. But it tells us what's happening in today's age and world. I mean, it's more like indiscipline seems to have taken over the society. It's unfortunate that it's not just with the youth, but it's like it's everywhere in this country that we are in. Seriously, I wasn't expecting that. I was so surprised. And it gives you an information, what is happening. It tells us that we have to wake up as a nation to do something about it, whether young or old. Yes, so that's it. I was surprised.
You find out that in most cases, it's sometimes as if the attitude comes from home. Yes, there are some who come with such attitudes to school. There are some also who adapt from school, like they learn, they pick up things like that from students around them. Do you think it's possible to come to school with indiscipline, like from home? Do you think it's possible to get it from home, Mr. Wallace?
Yeah, sure, because from experience, I think the home or the family setting is the basic, so, and it's getting out of hand in our society because of maybe modernity, because of pressures from work. Parents are currently not having time for their children, and then they leave children all to their own. So children at that age, they adapt certain lifestyles unknowing to their parent, and so when they get to school and then they meet their fellow colleagues from other school, it can only get worse.
Wow.
And to add to that, way back some years, everyone is able to kind of discipline a child, whether on the streets, in the home, or wherever, in schools. But now, you seldom see that, because you touch someone's child and the person is like, you're not the one who gave birth to this child for me. Do you have an idea what I went through giving birth to this child? It's like you just can't touch anybody's child. So yes, it sometimes comes from the home.
Wow.
Some parents actually pamper their children that when they do anything wrong, they don't even say it. And it's also one of the reasons now discipline seems to be running down instead of going up in our society.
Wow, that's interesting. You already have a lot of messages coming in from our viewers at home. Like I announced earlier, you can send in your inputs on the number on your screen, 0244-856769, 0244-856769. We're talking about indiscipline. And we have one here from Derek. It says, "Hi, my name is Derek. I like your program. I watch it every Friday and it makes me happy." Wow, thank you very much, Derek. Keep watching Tales of High School. We also have one here from Mavis from Kuforidia. She says, "I better for soup. I want to know what was used to make it." A lot of things went into the soup. There was meat, was akrantier.
Yes.
Yes, so it was such an amazing soup, a very, very famous soup. We also have one here saying, "Hi, I'm really enjoying your show. My name is Kumi Prince. My indiscipline I ever done is slapping my teacher." Okay, I think he's trying to say the extent he went to was slapping his teacher. Wow, Kumi, why did you slap your teacher? That's really bad. That's really bad. You also have one here coming in, says, "Why are you not showing today's episode?" Today is discussion. Yes, we have the episode coming in next week, but today's discussion. People are actually really loving our show. We also have one here saying, "I'm glued to my set for Tales of High School. Thank you very much." Another one from Evelyn says, "I love you guys so much." And you have one here saying, "This is Basin. I'm enjoying the program. Thank you very much." Also, continue sending your input. We are ready to read your messages. But moving on to our next question. Abedefu put purgative in the soup. Actually, he had rat poison and purgative. If not for the love of God, he said he's a Christian. That was what he said. He's a Christian, so he couldn't put rat poison. So it means there would have been a scenario, if he wasn't a Christian, he would put rat poison. I know it's deadly. Yes. So the purgative made them shit for some time. I want to know, do you think he did the right thing by setting a trap for these kids? Do you think he handled it very well, or do you think there should have been a better way to handle the situation? What do you think, Mr. Wallace?
Watching the episode, I was like, wow, can you imagine preparing your soup and then going out to get the accompaniment, and then only to come and see
Thank you.
what you saw. You know, so I could imagine the anger, you know, and then the hunger.
Okay.
You know, hunger and anger. You know, so for me, it's, you know, it's about the circumstance he found himself.
Okay.
And then, of course, he was like, look, let me find out who actually did stole my soup. You understand? And of course, for him to get that is to trap.
Okay.
Because the level of indiscipline had heightened. And for you, how are you going to discover those who were involved in that whole scenario? So looking at the two, he was like, look, poisoning will be too much. So giving them the purgative will expose them.
Okay.
You know, for me, that's what I saw, and that was what I can deduce from what he did, because the former would have been disastrous.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, the purgative would have, of course, exposed them, and then, you know, you saw what happened afterwards.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. You could have handled it a little better. But sitting down, I was like, what could the better option be? Is it going to report or carry it further to the school authorities?
I think he tried that. He asked some teachers. You could see that some of them didn't even show any kind of interest in the matter. So it's like he took matters into his own hands, and the purgative actually worked very well for him.
You know, it also happens when structures and
Are broken.
law and order is broken in society. You know, people tend to take the law into their own hands, and then they do their own stuff.
Okay.
Which at the end may not be good for all of us. So.
But Miss Alberta, what do you think? Like, using the mother's hat, what do you think? Do you think it's something you would have done if you were in his shoes?
The intention was to expose those who took his soup.
Okay.
Actually, I was like, really? Is he going to do that? When I saw the rat poison and then the purgative, I was just wondering. It was dangerous, because even with purgative, it has its limits. You know, it could actually cause worse situations in the body system. So actually, I wasn't so much in favor of that, and I thought it was to the extreme. But like he said, I mean, come to think of it, what else could he have done? Because even his colleague teachers were kind of indifferent. They just couldn't be bothered. And even to add to it, there was one teacher who was actually on the side of the students. You know, when I watched the episode, you could see that he was into this kind of cult.
I've said Jacob.
Yes. With the students, and it was so terrible. I was like, wow. Well, you can't be surprised these things are happening, because already you see these things on TV and they are being advertised and stuff like that, which for me, I always say it's not the best. So there couldn't have been a better option, but it was also quite dangerous. I wasn't so much in support of it.
I also think so too. What those kids have to go through, and I knew they went there several times. It was very funny. It was very funny, like seeing them get what they deserve. But they enjoyed the soup, didn't they? So also enjoy the punishment.
Should have enjoyed the punishment.
I also take some input from our audience, our beautiful audience. We also have Agbedefu in the studio. Can we get come on, Agbedefu? Yes. The rat poison. Okay, so do you think he did the right thing? Anybody, can you share something?
Well, what I can say is looking at the episode. These guys were guys who are just problematic. They create problems every single day. And they have this kind of issue with Mr. Agbedefu, because he's quite the opposite to them. He's the one trying to put things right in the school, and they are the ones trying to be in charge of the school. And as we all know, nobody's about the authority. So I think I don't like trouble myself way back in school. I give respect to anybody no matter what, whether my senior or my junior. So I think they deserve it, but anything could have happened. What if there was an overdose or not?
Exactly.
So they deserved it, but he could have used other measures. That's what I can say. Thank you.
Okay. What do you think, like, as parents and teachers, what do you think their role should be, or our role should be in curbing or controlling indiscipline in schools? What do you think we can do? Like, let me take from you.
Okay. I think beginning of this year, corporal punishment was banished in our schools, and we were being asked to use other measures in punishing students. As much as we don't want to inflict physical pain on students, even the good book says that if you spare the rod, you spoil the child. And there's folly attached to the heart of a child, and it's only the rod that can take it off. I would want to encourage that as parents, we should learn to ensure that we instill discipline in our children from home, because we have a very great role to play in bringing up our children. It may not only or always be the cane, but there are other ways. Even the way you open your eye tells your child something. Yes. You could give them other punishments, yes. As much as in schools they are not supposed to be caned, well, there's nowhere in our laws that say that when they mess up at home we shouldn't cane them. So I think we should learn to instill some discipline in children, and more so we should try and screen the kind of things they watch, and we should try and make time to ensure that they are doing the right thing. If we can't be there, we can always, try and let other people also give them the kind of punishment that they deserve when they do the wrong thing. And we should allow it. We should allow for people to punish them when they do the wrong thing. That way, when they go to school, there's no way they will even mess up. Because from home, you are disciplined. You know that if your parents hears that you've done something wrong, you are in trouble. Agbedefu is a disciplinarian, which is good. I think we should all copy that and instill discipline in our children from home. And then when they are in school, we shouldn't be too afraid to punish them. If we don't have to use the cane, fine, but there are other punishments, like he gave them the reading to do. Yes, so I think discipline, for me, I do not frown on it at all.
You know, the world is evolving and then things are changing. There are instances where we learn a few things from the Western world. So sometimes I ask myself, if we like copy their style, they don't usually, there's nothing like cane over there in the Western world. They have detention, they have other punishments like doing this service or community service. You have been paid for it, so you can imagine they are enjoying. Yes, if you bring something like that to Africa, I don't know what's going to happen, because we need a road. We really need a road. I don't know what we do without the road. I don't know. We always want to do things overboard. Our things are always very, very different. Like over there, they do it mildly, very lightly, so detention works for them. You ground them and then it hurts them. If you tell them not to go out for a month, they feel it. But you tell me not to go out for a month for what I did, I'll do it again. And looking at the caliber of students over there, like blackish like this, you tell him to go and sit down in detention. Oh, he'll go and form a gang over there. Yeah. We're also getting some inputs I would love to read. We have some here saying some people are adventurous by nature and will always want to break school rules or go the extra mile. As Infante Fema, our golden rule is a breach of common sense, is a breach of school rules. This made not using your sense an offense, which you can be punished for. This one came from Danny from Medina. Thank you very much. It's a very, very nice input. We have one here saying, indiscipline is all because of positive discipline the policy makers enforce in our education system. Now, pupils don't respect their teachers in their schools. That's also true. You also have one coming in saying, "Hi, I'm Anita from Spintex. I think since you started this, I watch all your episodes and I bet you Agbedefu is my best character so far." So you like disciplinarians, Anita. Okay, you have one here saying, "Hi, my name is Frederick and I'm enjoying the show." Thank you very much, Frederick. We have one also here. Curbing indiscipline in our schools will be very difficult if we don't minimize the so-called right of a child. I was saying this, yes, right of a child. This one is from Isaac from Unkurokong. I don't know if I pronounced it well, but Isaac, thank you very much for your input. You have more, like a lot of messages coming in. I'll just read a few more and then we move on. Okay, we have one here saying, "I'm Elom. I'm really enjoying the show. For me, being a good student, still you graduate." Okay, he's trying to say that being a good student is the key, and you graduate too is also very important. And he's saying, "God bless you for this program." God bless you too, Elom. So we're taking our final submission from our guest, Mr. Wallace. What do you have to say?
Of course, what I have to say with regards to indiscipline, I'll always go back to the home. You know, parents these days leave discipline to teachers in school. You know, so the teachers are there to complement what parents do at home. So if a parent decides not to discipline his or her child, such a child goes to school and influences other students in school.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, for me, what I do at home, of course, if you ask a child to go back to his or her room as a sign of punishment or grounding the child in his room, if such a child gets back to the room, what does the child have in his room? Toys, video games, and other things to play with. So, of course, there are various ways of punishing a child. The way you even look at the child, the way you even talk to the child. You know, children are very adventurous. You know, in their mind, they always ask the question, why can't I do it? You know, so if we occasionally can explain to our children why they shouldn't do certain things, it will also go a long way to making them understand the repercussions of their actions.
Yeah, I personally don't think you should take something that doesn't belong to you. It's stealing. And soup, there can be anything inside it. What if it was more deadlier than the preservative? You could have died. So today I want to say today's show has been very amazing. My lovely guests, I want to thank you for joining us today. You've taught us a lot, and our audience, thank you very much. I want to thank you, our viewers, thank you for watching. Once again, I am Original Daniel, and you're watching Tales of High School. We'll come back to you again next week with another episode, and I think that's all. Good night.
Nice ones in your high school. Academic excellence, yeah. High school. Tales of high school. This is more than the flags and above any fire. High school. Tales of high school. We coming your way, no limits, no bounds. High school. Tales of high school. Love never